Hey guys, welcome back to the Tropical Beach, and today we are going to look at Toward Reklev's first place deck from the Players' Cup Kickoff Invitational. To get started, we have a 4/4 Dragapult VMAX line. Dragapult VMAX has Max Phantom for 2 energy, 130, and put 5 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. So it's basically 2 energy for 180, and then you have 320 HP to go with that. You've got a big Pokemon that sets up damage on little Pokemon to take extra KOs. So that's your main attacker. Then you have 5 Jirachis in the deck. For consistency, 4 Jirachis in the deck for consistency. Stellar Wish, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal a trainer card you find there, and put it into your hand. Jirachi goes to sleep. So that's really good for consistency, but you're asleep, so you can't retreat with an energy. You have to retreat with an escape board or a switch or a scoop up net, but that's not a problem. Then 2 Zigzagoon, because there are some Pokemon, like especially evolving Pokemon, that have 60 HP, so you can use Headbutt Tantrum. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. You can use that and ping an evolving Pokemon that has 60 HP. And then Max Phantom for a KO on him, or you can Galarian, or you can play Zigzagoon, scoop him up, and then play him again, and then you can KO a Jirachi in 1 turn. Then there is 1 Giratina with Dimension Breach. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. That's really good in the mirror match to discard a Horror Energy. You can also discard a Speed Energy from a Pikachu and Zekrom with it, but that's not as relevant because they attach a ton of energy, but it's still nice. Then, oh yeah, that can also discard a Rainbow Energy from a Spiritomb, which is nice too. Then 1 Dedenne for the Dede change ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand and to draw 6 cards. And you can't use more than 1 Dede change in a turn. That's good just in case you have a bad hand and you want to draw a new hand. Or if you need to look for 1 card in specific, like you need a Galarian Zigzagoon or a Dragapult VMAX to win the game, you can play Dedenne and a supporter. Then there are 4 Professor's Research. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Let me get the Pokemon out of the way. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards. That is the best draw supporter in the game. It just is a 7-card dig to look for whatever you're looking for. Then there are 4 Marnies. These are good for disruption. They're really good against Blacephalon, and they're pretty good against Spiritomb too. And you can just use them on turn 1 going second, and that can put your opponent in a pretty bad position. And it's a 5-card dig. Not as good as Professor's Research, but you also get to disrupt your opponent's hand. Then there are 3 Boss's Orders. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. This is so that you can bring something up, like the turn before you Max Phantomed and put 3 damage counters on a Dedenne GX. Then you can Boss's Orders, bring up the Dedenne, and then Max Phantom and put the 5 damage counters somewhere else that isn't on Dedenne. Then for the items, we have 4 Mysterious Treasure and 4 Quick Ball to search for Pokemon. Discard a card from your hand and search your deck for a Dragon or Psychic Pokemon for Mysterious Treasure, or search for a basic Pokemon with Quick Ball. Quick Ball can find anything except for Dragapult VMAX that's in your deck, and Mysterious Treasure can find anything except for Dedenne and Zigzagoon. Then there are 4 Scoop Up Nets. These are so that you can switch a Jirachi without having to play a switch or an escape board. You can reuse Galarian Zigzagoon. You can reuse Dimension Breach on Giratina. It's just a pretty good card. It's a really good card, especially in this deck. Then 3 Acrobikes. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand, and discard the other. That's just a good extra dig after a Professor's Research or a Day-Day change. 2 Energy Spinner, because you need to get an energy on every turn. If you don't, then you pretty much lose because you don't have any energy acceleration. So you have to spend 2 turns manually attaching. So Energy Spinner is good for that. Then 2 Reset Stamps. Your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. So you can reset stamp your opponent to a 1 or 2 card hand, and then they might not be able to come back from that. Like Marnie, this is really good against Spiritomb or Baby Blacephalon, because they need at least Blacephalon needs large hands. Then 3 escape boards. You don't normally see 3 escape boards, but most everything in the deck has 1 retreat. Zigzagoon has 1 retreat, Dedenne has 1 retreat, Giratina has 1 retreat. I guess everything in the deck has 1 retreat cost. So escape board gives everything free retreat, while also allowing you to retreat while you're asleep or paralyzed, which is really good for Jirachi. And that is all the items. For the stadiums, we just have 2 Shrine of Punishment. Between turns, put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon GX and EX. So I said before that you could put just 3 damage counters on a Dedenne. With Shrine of Punishment, you can put just 2 damage counters, and then Shrine of Punishment will put the 3rd one on. So you can save those other 3 damage counters for somewhere else. Then for energy, we have 5 Psychic Energy and 4 Horror Psychic Energy. Horror Psychic Energy, as long as if the Psychic Pokemon it's attached to is damaged by an attack, then the attacking Pokemon takes 2 damage. You put 2 damage counters on the defending Pokemon. And then you gotta have some basic energies for Energy Spinner, and also just because you can't play 9 Horror Psychic Energy. So that is about it for the towards Dragapult VMAX deck. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out my sponsors, Off Grid Games. Their link will be in the description for any cards you need. Well, not any cards, just some Sword and Shield cards, and they're gonna get Rebel Clash probably soon. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.